Never before have I been this insulted by an orc. Maku the Fixer, the throwing knives master, the no chance king. I hate him with every fiber of my being. I'm not eating. I barely sleep. My wife has left me for Maku. He's taken everything from me. All that's left is my revenge. So I'm gonna raid as many forts as it takes to find Maku the Fixer, starting off with Hellspawn's fortress, level 1095. And of course, as you would expect, this fortress comes fully equipped with all of the high-level Xbox orcs. We've got Doogs the Thunderhead, a Stormbringer orc, the Gorger, seen him plenty of times, the Crippler Olog, Borgu the Guardian, and another sneaky Olog who I actually don't know. He might be kind of interesting. Dare I say it, is there going to be a unique orc in this fortress? Surely not at this level. I smash on in over the front gate, shoot the barrel. I said shoot the barrel. There we go, F asterisk is washed. I shoot that barrel because I think it helps to destroy the front gate. I have my chaos-inducing machine armor equipped, just causing explosions everywhere. Ah, Shaka the Damned, one of Baga's original bodyguards. I then meet this Stormbringer orc, and I'll be honest, his dialogue was so goddamn boring that he just collapses immediately upon finishing his boring ass sentence. The first case of an orc collapsing due to having no personality over, I take the first point. I usually wait to take a point after I've dispatched all of the orcs, otherwise they'll end up piling up. And in that spirit, I go to finish off this guy. And he just sort of collapses mid-stab. Oh my god. What is that face? What happened to you, mate? I hit you once. You missed out on like 4 more stabs. Anyway, the Blackheart is gone. Apparently it was a stealth kill. Yep, you guys know me. I'm insanely stealthy. I shame down the dam. How dare he betray Baga? I then meet the machine. I then kill the machine. With the machine still flying through the air, I'm able to take the second point. But before I can get to the third point, I have to hunt down this undead coward. I actually never really thought about the undead orcs running away. I didn't really think it'd be possible. I thought they were sort of like mindless orc soldiers at that point when they become undead, but oh well, he's dead. And then I shame down Roog the Bitter. He actually gets quite an interesting, crazy personality. I think you know what's about to happen to him. At this point, I am just shaming my way through this fortress. That's one armorer turned deranged. I think we need to get the set here. Let's turn this one into a maniac. With the Middle-earth Arkham Asylum now completely full, I take the second to last point. Huh? What was that? Oh, there's one more room available. I've got an Olog right here that would love to have that room. Oh, the cell's got a bunk bed? Ah, I can get you another one. Oh, it's a double bunk bed. Ah, not to worry. Now with the Middle-earth Arkham Asylum truly full, I'm free to dispatch of the last 2 orcs. With the raw beast crushing this overpowered Gorger, all of my orcs erupt into a celebration, and I'm able to enter the throne room. But will I find a Maku the Fixer in here? Talion, of course, says nothing to this. If I had to pick a reply from him, I think it should be something like this.
Feisty one you are!
I always love this moment, right when you start the throne room fight. There's just endless possibilities of how it can go. I usually like to pepper as many orcs as I can, but this time I saw an opening. There was orcs that were just exploding everywhere. Probably because whenever I kill an orc, there's a very high chance that his body is going to become a goddamn high explosive. So I jumped straight in and I'm taking the fight to them. And my god, Hork absolutely clatters me. And then my lads just come in and seemingly save the day. But no, thank god there was no chance. Thank god there was no Maku the Fixer, the orc that I've come here to hunt down. I will say though, it's really nice to see Hork the Judge. I feel like I've been seeing less of him. I mean, it'd be nicer if he wasn't punching me directly in the face. And then he almost goes to kill me with his cool, weird, like, slingshotty chain weapon. but luckily I dodge it and I start to utilize my explosive machine sword. Orc then takes this chance to have a wee chat with me. Orcs love a mid-fight chat. They're basically like anime villains. I then realized that Orc is actually soft-headed, which is basically his only flaw. If he didn't have that, he'd be almost as strong as Bagabug the Stormbringer. I then get back to work utilizing my explosive attacks. You know, that is what my build is right now. I just love the explosions. Look at this. Boom! Explosions everywhere. Poison everywhere. Fire everywhere. Just igniting everything. Orc, get the hell out of here, mate. You're a soft-headed lad. It is your ultimate flaw. Just thinking about this now, if they ever do make a third game, they really should have the orcs have some dialogue where they chat about their vulnerabilities. You know, Orc could be like, don't shoot me in the head again. Don't do it. It's definitely not gonna hurt me like it did last time. No, no, no. That would be great. Anyway, I've taken the fortress. Dukes, Thunderhead, you weren't really a match for me, lad. I'm currently hunting bigger fish. And speaking of that, on to the next fortress. It's only about 5 points higher, but just looking at it from the outside, I can already see that it is packed full with such stronger orcs. I'm not going to show you guys what was in there because we can experience that joy together. But I'm sure you all saw there was at least a Bagabug the Stormbringer, there was a Lorm the Finker, and the Overlord is actually a new orc that I've recently discovered called Horza the Cruel, and he is goddamn awful. Speaking of being awful, I light up the Slasher Orc. Goodbye, mate. That is one of my favorite ways to get a kill. I then recruit the Rot Beast. I think going up in 5 levels has made me realize that maybe I should just cheese some of these forts. Maybe I should recruit the orcs to make it easier, rather than shaming down all of them. I am rattling through the fortress. Here I am at the second point, shaming down the Finker, going against what I literally just said, but I really don't like the Finker. I've seen him way too much, and I think he's kind of basic, you know? I don't really like him. And it is for that exact reason that I'm throwing this other Finker off a cliff edge. While I'm dragging him there, Garl the Carver gets destroyed. He is just standing directly in a big mosh pit of orcs. No one really survives that. Like a Prodigy concert, and there we go, Finker has been thrown off a small ledge. I've used this little ledge so much to dispose of orcs that I hate. I'm surprised it's on a massive pile of bodies.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Whoa.
Ah, Bagabug. Still to this day, my favorite series. Did you see that the Scorpion just really slashed at him? Scorpions historically hate Bagabug the Stormbringer. They really just don't get on, and as you can see, it is just pure chaos at this point. Bagabug really wants to kill me here. My god, he's so angry. He is so goddamn angry. And as you can see, there's also a Shaman Orc who's extremely powerful. He actually won my Marvel pit fight tournament. He was the Doctor Strange, and he cut through everybody. But look at that, this point is so crowded. I often find that if you don't kill all of the orcs at every point before taking the point, that they all congregate here, and this point basically becomes just a massive mosh pit. I'm sorry, Bagabug, I have to kill you, mate. It's just too hard waiting for you to stop being enraged. Woo woo woo. I know, mate. And you're gone. With the main threat now taken care of, I can get back in there and do what I love.
We'll know your fate.
With Doctor Strange now shamed down, I move on to the inner gate, where I meet a very disheveled Bruise the Chopper. You all know what he says. I take the point and then I add to the cocktail of goo that is Bruise's brain.
Disgusting.
One of my favorite orcs, Ras the Surgeon, then explodes the head of the previous fort's overlord. That's how bad the problem is on Xbox, guys. Everyone has the same high-level orcs in these high-level fortresses. Nothing's unique anymore here. Although actually, that being said, this orc, you know, I don't think I've seen him too much. So this could be an interesting fight. Let's see what this guy is all about. And the bodyguards, we've got Gubu Blackheart, looks like a pretty good orc there. And Shaka the Cruel, yep, seen the Cruel a lot. And Shaka the Bitter, I wonder if they're the same orc, and my goodness, having an orc this strong usually means they don't have no chance. But of course, in this situation, he's got no chance, so I'm going to be extra careful here. I'm bringing in my absolutely freakish orc right there. He basically just helps to draw away the bodyguard so I can focus on the overlord. And my goodness, look at this. They're all enraged. They are so angry. I have actually swapped to my anti-enraged armor, which is my outlaw armor. They are all going crazy. Although I find that when you have all of the orcs in the throne room being enraged, they actually end up hurting each other and they end up hurting the overlord even more. So I really think it's not worth doing. I would say get one guy to be really, really angry, and then all of the other people can have different skills that will help the fortress and make the throne room just really horrible in different ways. And that's exactly why I was able to take this overlord without too much difficulty. Might as well recruit him, you know. An absolute unit like that, and he has no chance. If you get a fort full of them, that would be absolutely horrible. I'll be honest, I'm recording this audio in the future and I do come across a fortress like that in one of my streams. And it was horrible and I died immediately to it. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. After all of that slaughter, after all of that needless shaming, we've now reached the fortress where Maku the Fixer resides. I've climbed back up the levels and I'm here for revenge. The first point falls immediately. I'm not messing around anymore. I shoot the hornet's nest and that sends the orcs scattering. One of them runs away terrified. You're not escaping, mate. Oh my goodness, you're glitching out so much. Are you okay? Jesus. We went crazy. You're not escaping. Oh, the snipe. Regal. Usually I would, you know, shame them down because he retreated, but I'm actually going to recruit this guy because I like a purple legend Regal orc. He's going to stay. Also, I really want to get to Maku the Fixer. Vengeance above all else, even if I have to recruit a coward or two. Moving on to the second point, and I'm just trying to create as much chaos as possible because there is an absolute smattering of orcs in there. There are so many orcs. Look at them all. I jump in to try and cause as much chaos as possible. Haven't got my explosive armor on, so we're not going to get any of that, but I summon in the Gondorians. Let's go, lads. I jump on the architect's back to give me a deadly piggyback ride. I run straight in, trying to get as much damage done as possible using the architect. Look at that, I'm stabbing him in the back and that's making him throw his massive hammer around. He throws me off, and sadly before I can get back on to continue having fun, he collapses, doomed. I then have a chat with a very cool looking orc, the Grim.
Blur your vision and corrode your being.
Okay, Mr. Cool Looking Grim, we'll see if we can take you. But first I take this point. I then have a chat with the shaman, and then whenever I get out of it, there's just so many exploding orcs that just detonate right in front of me. Luckily, I'm able to dodge her, the machine's throwing spear. Going on to the middle point, and it's just pure chaos. I've got the shaman here, Dr. Strange. I'm gonna recruit him because I want him to help me clear out the rest of these goddamn orcs. There are so many. And he gets to work doing exactly that, cutting down, push crimp the tower. I very messily then try and take out this siege beast that's been causing me a bit of problems. And while I'm doing this, just so many orcs start getting cut down back in the middle point. Like I said, it is just a mosh pit of death down there. The chill goes, which is a little bit sad because the chill is very cool, and then the architect just completely collapses. I don't know what it is about the architect's model collapsing, but for some reason it's just so much more impactful than any of the other orcs. The Plaguebringer and his cool spear clatter to the floor. I then get an amazing chance to grab Mr. Grim here. Look at how cool he is. Absolutely, 100%. You are being recruited, mate. And you're gonna stay in the fight and help me finish off these orcs and pave the way for me to be able to finally get my well-earned revenge on Maku the Fixer. No amount of Horror the Machines are gonna get in my way. No amount of goddamn DLC Spider Ologs are gonna get in my way. After taking that point, the rest of the orcs all congregate at the final point, and again it just becomes another death mosh pit. I then lay what I think is a whole quiver of arrows into this goddamn tarantula Shelob Olog. He does look cool, but he's a DLC Olog, and I've seen him 1,000 goddamn times. If only he could actually get some variation. And anyway, he is gone. Goodbye, mate. But don't worry, there's another one right here who is just about to get shamed. Goodbye, unworthy DLC orc. And there we go, we've taken the final point. Only a few orcs left, and my god, they are very, very angry. Jesus, they're angry. Her the Machine. I've seen him, god, I think it's 1,000 times now. I don't even want to show you what he says. Who even cares? Shag Swordmaster. Quite a cool name there. He collapses down the stairs. And then finally, we finish off this last orc. And of course it's the goddamn shaman. With the shaman now out of life points and my orcs now celebrating like it's New Year's Eve, I head on in to this cursed throne room to face Maku the Fixer.
Welcome, Manly. I'm having a feast in your honor and picking my teeth with your bones.
You'll be picking them with my steel.
Oh, Talion with the cold comeback. I kind of wish that some of the orcs would actually reply to Talion again. Like, I feel like some of the orcs wouldn't let Talion get the final word. Anyway, enough being happy. Maku the goddamn Fixer tries to use his bloody curse throwing knives, but not today, mate. I am focusing you. I've got my bodyguard in here. I've got my Gondorians. Let's get this party started, mate. As you can see, he's got what looks to be a flame of war and a scorpion bodyguard, but I'm not gonna let them get in my way. I am focusing you, Maku. If I just don't let you have any space, you're not very effective. It's his deadly throwing knives that are good. And there we go, I've already beaten him. Get wrecked, Maku. I hit him with a final flame arrow explosion just to cause some more damage. And there we go, he's being shamed. Unworthy. You absolute bastard, I have avenged myself in the previous video. And he went crazy. Maku going crazy. Him going deranged is just the cherry on top. I'm back, baby. F asterisk is no longer washed. Woo! There we go. I have got my revenge. Thank you so much for watching the video, lads. If you liked it, you might as well like it. Also, I guess leave a comment. What do you think I should do with Maku the Fixer?